Okay, so for this video, I'm going to be attempting to show how I get this style in the bottom left-hand corner. I had a couple people ask me to show basically how I get the style, so that is what I'm going to be attempting to do in this video. I'm not really one to do tutorials, so just bear with me. A few people asked me how to do this, so I'm going to give it a go. This is my hair after doing henna on it. This is the next day hair. So I did henna the day before and then I co-washed and I did it one more time. So this is what my hair looks like. So I'm basically just going to take my little mixture that I usually use in my hair, some rubber bands, a comb, and then I also grabbed a spray bottle later. And then from the front of my hair, I use shea butter and I use a cream sometimes because sometimes I don't want the powder to show in the front. I don't mind it being on the twist in the back, but I just don't want it to show on the flat twist in the front. So if you haven't already noticed, my hair isn't really combed out and it looks kind of tangled and kind of matted, but it's not really matted. It's just not combed out. And I'm not really going to comb it out. I'm just going to finger detangle kind of as I go. But I'm going to begin by separating my hair. Now, when I do this, I just take big chunks. I don't part it. I don't really have time for parts, and I really don't care what it looks like in the back. When I first started doing this, I would just throw my hair in twists, and as time went on, I've been able to make it more presentable, and this is just basically what I do. I just separate it into big chunks. I tried small chunks. It's too tedious, and I'm not able to keep up with my regimen as well, so I just like to do bigger chunks. So I apply the cream to my hair and I just rake it through, try to separate it, detangle it a little bit. And then when I feel like it is coated, I add a rubber band. I like to use the rubber band just because it makes it look neater and I don't have to worry about my roots getting too frizzy. It's just easier for me to maintain a cleaner look when I use rubber bands. And I know some people may not like rubber bands. This is just what works for me. I've done it without rubber bands before, but I just prefer it with rubber bands. And I haven't noticed any type of like breakage or my hair doesn't get all caught up in the rubber band. I just pop them and then I'll add new ones when I redo it. And don't mind my shirt. I just didn't want to get any of my shirts dirty. So this is just a tank top and I just took the straps down. But if it looks strange, that's why. And if you notice like any particles in my hair or just pieces in my hair, that's from the shea butter that I did before I even did my henna treatment. But for whatever reason, I can't get it out of my hair. So even though I put henna in my hair, co-washed my hair twice, it's still in there. It just doesn't go away. So I think already showed a clip or just a close-up of the powder in my hair so you can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about when I say that I can't get the powder out of my hair. So this is basically what I do for the back part of my hair. I just do a few big chunks of twist, and then after that I will show how I do the front of my hair. So I'll speed up and kind of skip over some of the parts of the back of my hair just because the video will be way too long if I leave all that in. So in this clip, I'm still working on the back of my hair. It's just I wanted to section off the front of my hair, the part that I would like to flat twist. I struggle with this part because parting is just not for me. The sides never come out even or even similar at all. My parts are always crooked, but you know, it's whatever. I'm kind of used to it. But this is basically what I'm doing. I'm just separating the front of my hair that I want to flat twist and the rest that I'm going to just twist in the back. So this is basically the back half of my hair. As you can see, all of my parts are crooked. You can barely see scalp in some areas, but this is just what it looks like. So like I mentioned in the beginning, I just showed the shea butter, but basically in the front I just use shea butter and I use a little bit of cream of some sort, whatever I have on hand. And I like to do that just because I don't want the powder to show on the front twist. And I know I've said it plenty of times, but I am not one to part, so these do come out all kinds of ways. Each time it looks different. And also the side front of my hair is tighter than like the rest of my hair. So it is a little harder for me to part that part of my hair as well because I already can't part any other part of my hair. But if you see me struggling, that's why. So I try to get some sort of straight line in the front. I put a little bit more effort into my parts in the front. They still come out borderline raggedy, but I do put forth more effort when it comes to the front of my hair. I also don't really know how to teach anybody how to flat twist, which is why I wouldn't really call this a tutorial. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of videos showing people how to flat twist, but that is basically what I'm going to be doing in the front. And I tried to give a decent view of me flat twisting just in case anybody wanted to see what it looks like, but I wouldn't call this a tutorial. So this is more up close and personal than I would like to be, but I'm just trying to give a good view of me twisting my hair. And I know it looks painful because it does look kind of tight, but it's not as tight as it looks. It does loosen up. Sometimes I can put the rubber band a little too tight when it comes to the twist in the front, but as for the actual twist, it's not as tight as it looks. So after flat twisting it and adding the rubber band, then I just twist the rest of the hair, and then I continue to do this on the front of my hair. But basically, I kind of twist differently on each side of my hair. The twists end up going the same way, but they do look a little different. I mean, you probably wouldn't notice unless you're looking really hard at it. But other than that, it's not all that noticeable, but I do tend to twist a little bit differently on each side of my hair. So this is basically the first kind of like half of the front of my hair done, and then I'm going to work on the other side, and this is where the twists kind of get a little different when I start working on this side. And if you notice, I do have on gloves. I put on gloves when I feel like my nails are getting a little too soggy from all the product and just having my hands wet. So I don't want my nails to break, so I put on gloves. So that is why I am wearing gloves, because I wasn't wearing them in the beginning, but now I have them. I honestly wasn't expecting anybody to ask me to do a tutorial or to show how I get this style. So this is just my attempt at trying to show those people who are interested how I get this style. So hopefully people were able to follow along and it gave you a little insight as to what I do to get this style. And that is basically it for this video. This wasn't a tutorial, but hopefully it gives the people who were interested a better idea of how I was able to get the style from my previous videos.